All right, gang, we'll give it one more minute and then we'll get rocking and rolling on Facebook today. It's like a necessary evil in our world, isn't it? All right. All right, so how many of you right now are using Facebook for your business? So if you're not able to put your video on or you're not able to raise your hands, oh hey Chuck, show me if you are using it. Okay. Now, are you using it for mainly social posts or are you doing Facebook advertising? So if you're doing social posts, let me see that. Okay. Those are the easy ones, right? Those aren't painful. All right. Now, how many of you are placing Facebook ads? Nice. Nice. I see you, Colleen, dancing in your kitchen. All right. How many of you have placed an ad and have it fail or not get approved? Yeah. So some of the things we're going to go over today really is pre-set up and doing things so that when we get to this part of command or we're advertising through Facebook direct, we don't run into these problems. Because when I'm seeing tickets come in, the tickets that are coming in are things like, well, the agent didn't accept the terms of service on Facebook, or the admin is not someone who is allowed to place Facebook ads. There's all these small things. So one of the things we're going to do today is go over some of the basics of, are you set up correctly? Is it secure? And what to do if something goes wrong. And we have Juan with us. He's having some internet woes, but there he is. Let me make you a co-host.
Hello.
There you are. Hello, hello. We were just talking about who has Facebook, who uses it for business, who's placing ads, and who's having some different issues. So we just started the whole chat about what we're going to do today, and hopefully it helps some of them really start using Facebook at a higher level and through command at the end of the day.
Yes, exactly. All right. Welcome, everybody. My name is Juan Cruzado. I'm the MCTT at the the Pioneer Valley Market Center. So today we are going to be making sure that Facebook is safe and secure. And we're going to do that by checking, going through a couple things. We're going to, Brooke is going to help me out with putting a couple of the links in here, and you guys can follow through. If you guys can do it while we're doing this live. If not, you guys can always go back to it and do it then. So we're going to start off with, do you have access to the email you use for Facebook? It's super simple. So what we're going to do is the link is in the chat. So
Oops, the wrong one.
Send that in. No problem.
Hold on, I put the wrong one. Hold on. You know, it copied the text, but not the link behind it. There you go.
All right, guys. So if you can open this link here. So we're literally just going to follow this step by step. So it's going to start off, how do I add or remove an email from my Facebook account? So if you guys go up and you go to the little triangle on the top right of the Facebook, you are going to go into your settings and privacy. Then when you're in there, click on settings. Click on the contacts in general tab. Question, Brooke, were you going to share the screen or we're just—
No, so let's, because it's really small and you don't want to see all the pop-ups I get on Facebook, let me tell you. But what I want you guys to, like Juan said, is let's go through this, because I bet you some of you are still using your Juno email that you originally signed up with, or your AOL, and you, Michael Mahoney, you think that's funny, sir? I'm telling you. Do you know why we're doing this class? Because people cannot get back into their Facebooks because they don't have access to their emails anymore. So we really want to make sure that you do have access to these things. And sometimes we save things right? We have Face IDs, we have saved passwords. How often do you remember an actual password anymore? Unless you use the same thing for everything, which this nerd does not recommend. But we should be using things that are not AOL or Juno anymore.
Exactly. Yeah,
But what's
and I
up
know,
with the black dog?
but
There,
You,
there, was-
my,
there was an email along the same lines as AOL and all that. It was a black dog, and I can't remember what the thing was, but I haven't heard Juno in probably 20 years.
thanks for pointing out my age. Thanks.
that's like the net zero days. Net zero. You guys remember those little CDs? Oh man, that's way back. All right, guys. So let's get back into this. So once you're in the settings, you're going to click contacts in the general tab. And then you're going to click add another email or mobile number. Then that's where you're going to add the email and just see the emails that you have in there. And then just, again, you'll know. And I myself have found some emails from way back, like way back. So make sure that that's updated, and then that's where you can add it. Okay. You may be asked to re-enter your Facebook password. Enter your password. You should know your password by now. Submit. And if you do not know your password, this is super common. I go through this all the time. If you're on a Mac, just hit that little search button up on the right, click passwords or type in passwords in there, and you'll find your password managers. Or if you're in Google Chrome, which you should be because you're in command, there is a password manager in there. Go in there, look for your password, and then you don't have to do all the forget your password. All right. So let's see what's next. When you add an email address to your account, we'll send a confirmation to your new email address. So make sure you confirm that. That's a lot of people forget to do that part. Make sure you confirm that. If the link is in your email and it doesn't work, copy the confirmation code we sent in your email. In the contact sections of your settings, click confirm and paste your code in there. Okay. All right. To remove an email. So if it's one of those old emails that you have no access to because you don't even know your password for this new email, get rid of it. We don't want anything to get lost in translation with all these old emails. So make sure you go in there, go back into the same settings, contacts, general tab, and click remove next to all those emails. All right, guys?
Yeah. Hey, Juan, real quick. They can't, just so you know, you can't remove an email until you add a new one and confirm it.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
So
it's you have your new one.
Yeah. So if you like, I just looked at mine and I was like, I don't even know what email that actually is, but it's a Gmail, so I'm safe. But I was like, where did that come from? So
I gotcha. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys went through all of that. If not, you guys can always go back. So we're just going to go to the next step right now. Okay. Next step is the two-factor authentication turned on in Facebook.
who knows what that is? Who knows what two-factor authentication does for you and why it's so important? I see you, Mr. Mahoney.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, I mean, two-factor authentication is super annoying because you have to get it on your text message, or you have to get it from another source, and then you confirm that you're you by going to another source. What it does beyond that is other than making sure you're in charge of both sources.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, Michael. It can be annoying, but how about if they steal all your information, they change your pictures? That's a little bit more annoying.
How about charging $8,000 in ad spend somewhere out in Vietnam or Indonesia? Like we had one agent because they did not have two-factor, and they also didn't know what email they used.
Yeah. So two-factor. Okay, good. Let's go into the two-factor. If you can share that for me. She got it. She's always on point with that. So I appreciate it. All right, so let's jump into two-factor. I'm going to open that up myself and we're going to follow the instructions here, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, so once this loads up, all right, so login alerts and two-factor authentication, managing your alerts and authentication methods. How do I get alerts about unrecognized logins to Facebook? we can go through all of this. Brooke, would you like me to go through all of this? How would you?
Yeah, so let's have everybody. So if you're over there, let me see if I can just snag this link and plop it in. Let's see how messy this is from Facebook.
Yeah.
So this last link, if you click on it, should take you directly into your personal security tab.
Yeah, security and login settings. Yeah.
Yep. So what this is going to do is now we can check things. What I love about this screen, and Juan and you and I were talking about this the other day when I popped into your class, somebody had all these logins and they had no idea why. They were not in New York recently. There were all these weird things. So we were able to get rid of those and turn on two-factor authentication so that if somebody logs in anywhere but where you are or from a recognized device or IP address, you're going to get alerted.
Yeah. So yeah, make sure you go through that list where you're logged in. You will be very surprised where you have logged in if anybody's gotten a hold of it. So make sure you go through there, hit that see more button on the bottom. That will show you the full list. So just go through there, make sure that, you don't have any old phones, any old iPads or, computers that may still be logged in. I've seen that all the time. People sell, they sell these old, iPhones and some of the stuff stays connected there. So you want to make sure that you go in there and log out. There's 3 little buttons next to it. And it'll ask you if it's not you or log out. Make sure that you log out if it's not one of your devices. All right, guys. So that takes care of that part. Let's see what's next.
2 factors, just 2 down. No, Colleen, we're not sharing the screen because we're having you guys do the heavy lifting today.
All right. So that pretty much takes care of 2-factor, right?
Yeah, so so you can see where you are above, and then if you just go 1 or 2 down, so I have a portal, so it puts an extra tab up, but if you look, it says 2-factor, and then you've got the ability to turn it on right there. We want you guys to turn this on. We want you guys to hit the edit button and say, yes, I would like 2-factor authentication. How do you want to do it? Use text message, use some type of authentication app, or use a security key. Don't love the security key. You guys forget it, you lose it, and then you're out of luck. So I love the text message, 2-factor authentication, because you guys always have your watches. You always have your phones as real estate agents. You're never without your phones. So let's everybody take a minute, go down to 2-factor authentication, hit edit, and then choose use text messages.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah, let me see if I can my screen on this one. Let me see. We're not going to talk about how many tabs I have open.
Yeah.
We are not going to talk about how many tabs I have open. So you can see right here, help you protect your account. They're going to ask for a verification code, and we know it's annoying, but it's annoying to lose everything or have to chase down because there is no chat support at Facebook.
Nope.
There is no phone number at Facebook. It is a cold form where you have to figure out how to get them information, and it is frustrating. And while your nerds of New England have a lot of power, we have no power over Facebook.
I don't know. And then I think that takes 24 to 48 hours before they even answer you most of the time.
Yeah, and forget it if it's a weekend.
Yeah.
When everybody only gets hacked on a Saturday night at 9:30. Just so you know.
All right.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So when I'm in there, I'm doing the, I came to where it says to put my phone number in. Do I put my phone number in there?
Yep, your cell phone where you can get texts.
Okay, and then I just push continue, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and now it says enter the 6-digit code we sent to my phone. Okay.
You're right there.
You're almost there.
All right, thank you.
Welcome. All right, give me 1 second here.
So is everybody, some of you may already have set up.
Yeah, most of the time, I think that's like a default now, right? A lot of the time, or no?
It is, but a lot of you can bypass it. So if you say dismiss because you just don't know what it is, or you didn't want to deal with it at the time, or maybe you didn't have your cell phone on you for some weird chance, you can bypass it.
All right.
All right. So everybody good on that, or do you need us to hold up a second? If you need a second, just let me know.
Yep. If not, we can start. Are you guys all good? How's the chat room looking?
Chat room looks fabulous.
Perfect. So we're going to take that as we are ready to move on to the next step. So if you guys are all set up on two-factor, we will go into the new terms of service. That's the next thing on the list, guys. Brooke is going to put that link in there for us, right? Because she's awesome. All right. Let me just open it up here 1 second. So this is common when we, and we're going to go into command with this right now. So when you guys set up those campaigns to do social posts, or even better, when you go to do a paid post and you pay money and you have to wait that 24-hour turnaround time. Sometimes it's quicker now, but when you get these campaigns all ready to go, and then you look back at it, you go into the campaigns list and you see that it didn't actually go out, it's most likely this, your terms of service. Terms of service, we have no control over that. Facebook changes this on an every other day basis, I feel. Not really, not that quick, but they do change that from time to time. They don't call us here, the nerds, and say, hey, you guys, we changed stuff up, let everybody know. So this is why doing a Facebook checkup, set it up, put it in a task, or where you'll do this, quarterly, would you say, Brooke?
I would, and Command is trying to make it easy for you guys as well. So I did notice last week when I was helping an agent who was struggling getting an ad published, as soon as we copied it and tried to republish it, it popped up that they had to re-accept the terms of service, which was fabulous because every time they change it, you do have to re-accept it. So if you guys want to bookmark this link, this is a link that always will tell you with a little, so you may click this link right now and you could see lead ad terms have been accepted for this page, or you may have the little red X next to you and it could say they have not accepted the terms. And then at the top next to your name, you just hit the accept button.
Yeah, so if you see green, if you pop in there and you see that green check mark, you're good to go. If it's red, all you got to do is read through all of the agreements or all the terms. As real estate agents, we know we have to read everything before we sign or initial. So once you do that, just make sure that you're on the KW Pioneer Valley. So if you actually click on that, you'll see some other pages that you'll have. So other pages that you manage, they also have the terms and agreements or terms of service. So make sure you're on the KW Pioneer Valley to make sure the connection between Facebook and Command is good. And then you click the accept button and you're good to go.
And now this will not, if you don't have a Facebook business page, this is not going to necessarily pop up for you. If you are nervous about getting a business page, please work with your tech people on site at the Market Center. You should not be advertising on your personal Facebook page. We have people end up in Facebook jail. That is a real thing because you're not supposed to advertise business on personal Facebook. It goes against your terms of service as a regular personal Facebook user. Plus, you're doing a disservice to your business marketing wise. Put it on your business page, share it to your personal. So everybody sees that little, I'm a realtor.
That's free advertisement right there.
That is.
That's a free boost right there. I've been teaching that since I started this almost 2 years ago. So don't miss out on that. And really quick on that, just another quick tip to get those ads out is go live and let them know that you posted something on your real estate page. That is the only thing on here that's not going to cost you any money. And you can alert every single person on your list. All right. So that's a pro tip for you guys on Facebook. All right, next thing. Are we all good with the terms of service? I think everybody's good. Everybody should have a green check mark. How's that chat looking? We good over there?
Yeah, and guys, I will get this out to your market center tech trainers. They all have these forms right now. So if you need these links again, chat with them. They're available. We're sharing them with everyone. Or find me if you don't have an MCTT at brookthenerd.com, and we'd be more than happy to get this out to you.
Perfect. All right, let's close this up. Give me 1 second here. All right, next thing on the list. Are you an administrator of your own business page? Click here to learn how to check. So it should be in the chat box. We're going to open that up. And this is, we're going to make sure that your role in your Facebook page is the admin. Give me 1 second while that loads up. While you guys get that going.
Somebody just, while that loads for you, Mike asked on sharing, do I share to personal from business or from biz to personal?
So biz to personal.
Yes. And here's the other thing I just add on that. You have no insight into whether your post worked or not. So if it's on your personal page, you have no reporting, none.
Yep, exactly.
So always business, share to your personal.
And the other thing with that is it's kind of like lead routing. You're routing people from your personal Facebook to that business page. So if they haven't liked it, they're going to see that big like button and they're going to click that like button. So
you can invite them. So people who see things. So if you're on your business page and somebody likes a post, but they don't follow you, you can then invite them to like your page.
Exactly. So, all right, guys. So if we're good with the terms of service, we're going to go on to the next thing, which is the roles. How do I see what my role is on Facebook page? So for classic pages, so there's two experiences. There's the classic page and then the new page. I'll go through both of them depending on which one you are working with. So if you're on the classic page, you're going to go from your news feed and click on the little pages. It's a little like waving flag. That's in the left menu. Okay. And then once you go there, go to your page and click on the little gear wheel, page settings in the bottom left. Okay. Then click page roles in the left column. And from there, you can see your role listed below your name. Depending on what that role is, make sure that you are an admin. Make sure you are the boss, right? Make sure you have all the permissions. It's a permissions based, and you don't want to limit your permissions, right?
Do not. And so I had somebody ask me this last week, and I was stumped for a minute, and then I remembered. So they said to me, "Well, why would I not be an admin on my own page?" And I said, "Mwahaha, because you may have taken a class and somebody may have set that page up for you, or you may have an EA or an admin or a marketing person that did it for you. You may only be an editor or a moderator on your own page." So this is super valid, and you do want to make sure that you are the super admin on this.
Yep. All right, guys. So that takes care of the classic page. Let's do the new pages. So it depends on your access, like the way that you have your Facebook set up. So if you are in the new page experience at the top of Facebook, click on the downward arrow, then click switch profile, select the page you want to use, click your page name in the left menu, and then click the three little dots next to your name and then click view access. That's going to allow you to make sure that that role is in that admin super user role. Okay, so we don't want to miss out on any of this stuff. All right, if you guys, we'll give you a minute, 30 seconds. If you guys are all good, then we'll move forward.
So I wanted to answer Mike's question real quick. So he said, I'm on my page and I can only share on my other business pages. So I'm going to drop a quick little snippet from my computer in so you can see. Basically, when you, is it not going to let me share a file? Give me, there we go. So when you are in your business Facebook, at the top, there's a little tiny circle that's hard to see with your face. You change it from your business page to your personal, and then you can share it to your personal Facebook. So I posted that screenshot in the chat real quick for you, Michael, so you could see what it looks like on my Facebook page.
All right, so are we all good here? All right, I think we are. No other questions?
Well, make sure you are an admin. And if somebody set that page up for you, reach out to them if you aren't able to get it back, and they will make you an admin.
Yep. All righty, so next on the list, guys, if you guys go back to your Facebook checkup list, do you have someone you love and trust as a backup admin in case you get locked out of your Facebook? So this is super, super important because if you have no access, but you would have access because you followed the checkup and you changed and removed any of the old emails and you have your new email, so it would all work. But if for whatever reason you get locked out of that email, this is the only way to get back into that. Unless you want to talk and set up through that cold, that whole way of getting a hold of Facebook, that's going to take you forever. And yeah, that's not going to be good. So if you have somebody that you can trust, let's add them. Okay, I'm going to show you how to add them. And the link is going to be in the chat. Let's open that up. And we're going to add those people here. So if you have a spouse or a best friend, or just somebody that, like I said, you can trust. Let's see here.
So when that person who had $8,000 in ads go out because they were hacked and their date of birth was changed and everything was changed, we were able to get on Facebook Messenger through the business page as their editor, who they love and trust. And we were able to get everything reversed because that person was able to send in the admin's license, the page owner's license, and verify the identity and show when the hack happened in bank accounts. So because he had that person, we were able to get things fixed, monitor, like, I'm not going to say fast because nothing's fast with that, but we were able to stop it a lot faster than if no one else could get in and talk as the business page. So that's one of the things this is going to do. It's going to allow them, you can go sit with them and jump on and get to someone at Facebook if you ever did get hacked. How many of you have ever had your friend profile show up as a friend request for someone else? Right? I know I have. And it's simple as just changing your password. But that's what this will stop. It will make it so that if you're locked out for any reason, this person can help you. Don't make it me or Juan. Don't make it me or Juan. We cannot.
We have enough. We have enough on our plate. All right, guys. So to add someone, to give somebody that role, we are going to follow the classic pages. We're going to go right through it. Giving someone a role. So once you're an admin, because you've already made sure of that, from your news feed, you're going to click pages in the left menu. Go to your page. So make sure you're on the right page. Click that little gear wheel, page settings in the bottom left. Click page roles in the left column. Type a name or an email in the box and select the person from the list that appears. Okay. So once you do that, click editor to select a role from the drop-down menu. And then click and enter your password. You have to enter your password to confirm this. They want to make sure that, you know, it's not someone that had your password and was adding another one so that they can get in there. So make sure that you conform, you're going to confirm that with your password. And that is it. Let me see here. Keep in mind that that if you're not friends with the person you're adding, they will have to accept your invite before they can start helping you manage that page. So just make them your friend. I mean, they would, if you're trusting them with this and adding that to their role, they would be your friend on Facebook. All right. So the other thing that can happen is, what if your friend is not your friend anymore? What if it split? Let's show you how to remove.
We're breaking up, Juan.
That's it. I'm done with you, Brooke. Remove someone. So I'm going to show you how to remove someone who has the role from your newsfeed. Same thing, guys. You're going to go right through, go to the pages, left menu, go to your page, click the gear wheel, click page roles, click edit next to that person that you already added, and click that remove button. Again, you're going to have to confirm this. You may need to enter. I'm pretty sure you do have to enter your password to remove
You
that.
do. Yeah, they ask you to confirm with your password that you want to boot them, yeet them right off your Facebook page.
Yep. You can always remove yourself from the page, but if you're the page's only admin, you'll need to add another admin first. So that's kind of like a, safety check for yourself that you don't remove everybody and then nobody can get inside the page. So make sure you double check that. All right, guys. You can also change the role throughout. So if you want to change the role, there's different permissions level. You can demote somebody as well.
And then real quick, if you guys see Keller Williams in there, leave it. That's your command connection. So if you've gone into settings and you've connected your Facebook account in there, that's the connector that allows your designs to be posted or whatever you have going on in campaigns or ads. That's the that allows KW and command and Facebook to talk. So if you see KW in there, delete it. Don't delete it. But if you see people who you're like, I have no idea who this Chuck guy is, he's got to go. I'm going to kick him right out and remove that role. That's another way people hack your information or try to spend your money, is by adding themselves as page admins when you don't have things like two-factor, and then they're in.
And for us techie people, we know what API is. Does anybody know what API is? That is, I know Brooke knows. I know Steve knows. Anybody know? You can throw it in the chat or just unmute yourself. No?
They're
All right.
Googling. Hold on, they're Googling. Let one of them Google.
Let them Google. All right. You got 30 seconds. Better be quick with this. All right. Let's see. How's that chat looking? Anybody?
No, they're not fast. They're not fast Googling because they're like, who do I want to give a Facebook role to?
Right.
APIs are really cool.
Yeah. So that's, I'm not going to give it away yet. Anybody? Nope. I'm not seeing anything in the chat. Oh,
Kind of, Nicole. Yep. It's not artificial intelligence, but it's, go ahead. You tell them what it is.
All right. It is application programming interface. It is
nerdy.
Super nerdy word. So there is that connection. So that admin that you see that says Keller Williams, and I believe it says API at the end, if I'm not mistaken. That is, yeah. So that's what that means, guys. And like, we're here at the KWNE Tech Series. So we want to teach you all of these things so you can be the greatest tech-enabled agent that we know you guys all can be. And that sounded like an ad, right? That sounded like a sales. No, so that's what it is, API. So do not delete that role, okay? Don't delete that. Because if not, then they don't talk to each other. That's the language that they talk to each other.
Yeah, and it's like picking up a phone. It's like me picking up the phone, and it's the connection that happens when I pick up the phone and take it off that old school receiver for any of you who are that age group where you heard the dial tone, and then it was the connection out to Juan. So that is how API works. It's literally how two programs, I know, right, Nicole, that have don't speak the same language are able to make a connection. So that's what it is. It's a dial tone. So if you delete that API connection within Facebook, no dial tone, just a busy signal, and it won't work.
That's it. All right, guys. So if we're all good on that, we're pretty good. We're on the last thing or the last checklist item here for Facebook Checkup. Want to learn more about setting yourself up for success on business Facebook. So we're going to click here, or we're going to get that link in there, which she's already got on there. And this is going to take us over to answers.kw. I have been sharing this with all of my agents here at the office. They love it. Like when I'm not available or someone else is not available, go to answers.kw. Everything is there. Every single possible question that you may have. And if it's not there, then reach out to us. We'll try to figure it out. But Brooke knows almost everything, so
No.
we'll figure that
You
out.
got
But
fee for everything.
KW Answers has everything. So in here, there's an article. So if you guys opened up that link, it's the setup for success before launching a Facebook ad campaign. This is just going to help you with setting up campaigns, making sure that your Facebook business page is all good. I go through this whole entire thing and it's going to help you out. Brooke, do you want to go through the whole thing, or what are we thinking?
I don't. I want them to, you guys can play with
Yeah.
this on your downtime. The other thing is, if you didn't know this, you can log in to answers.kw.com and see all of your support tickets or requests you've ever put in. My other favorite super nerd girl trick. Are you ready for this one? You can follow these articles. So when updates are made or changes happen, you are notified. So I log in and I'm able to see any ticket that I've ever submitted to command support, KW support. And then I'm also watching articles and following things that are important to me. So say you're a new rainmaker and you really want to get teams going, follow the teams answers articles. This is a wealth of knowledge. And the links we provided you today come right out of these answer knowledge articles that they write for you. And you can also see when they're updated. So guys, if something says it was updated 3 years ago, maybe we don't do that anymore and it's just a link that's out there. But if it says 13 days ago, we know we're doing something right and we're in the right place. I always, when looking to learn something, look at when it was published. We don't want to look at something about Facebook from 3 years ago.
Yep.
Right?
Facebook changes weekly, I feel. Like they change. So you want to make sure that's the most updated information. That's what you're going to find here at KW Answers. But again, looking at right when you go under that the title, it's going to tell you the date of how long ago it was updated. And the other cool thing, one of my favorite things with KW answers.kw, is that they give you videos. They give you the video. A lot of them give you a video that walks you right through it, or right through it. And then on top of that, give you written instructions. So for whatever reason, it's super late and you can't open up a video unless you have AirPods or, cool Jabra headphones, because Brooke put me onto those. I appreciate you, Brooke. You can read through it. It's going to have a nice guide for you. But yeah, make sure you guys use and abuse answers.kw.
So I see what the update was that they added. So the big update from the last terms of service, you have to have two-factor authentication on for any ad to run. So that is that is what the update was. Yeah. So if you want to run ads, you've got to have that on. I know, Michael. I know. Don't cry. Don't cry, Michael. It's worth it. I promise. It's just a text to your watch. Just hit approve. Okay. All right, let's open it up to any Facebook questions. I know we've only got a few minutes left, but let's open this up to any questions you have about Facebook, maybe how it interacts with command, some best practices.
Any questions, guys?
Well, not any, just Facebook.
Any Facebook questions, we'll keep it there. You guys want to just raise your hand, you click on the little reactions button on the bottom and it's going to take you right up to the top, and then we can see you and we'll get to you, or just throw it in the chat.
I know we have a lot of people who are in the market centers that can't always come off of their video.
So I was trying to make myself an admin. I didn't set up my business page, but I have a personal page, and it asks for, a name or an email. So obviously my name came up as my personal email.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't come up as my Facebook page. So I didn't know if there's any way to find my business page, or can I still add myself as an admin the way it is, the way it's set up?
Let me make sure I understand.
Yeah, I guess someone would have to see it. I think I'd have to share my screen to see what.
So are you logged into the main account for that page that you manage?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm not the admin though.
You're not.
But
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to change that role. I believe that. Okay, but it's not coming up. You're saying?
yeah, so when I typed my name in, it came up under my personal, I mean my personal my social media, Facebook, the non-business one. The business one didn't come up, and I think it might be because my girlfriend set it up under her. I think it's how she did it and attached it. Maybe that's the problem.
That's what it is. So she's going to have to make you an admin.
Yeah.
She's got to do it.
And then make her.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Through
Okay.
her main account. Yep.
Yes. Gotcha. Okay.
There you go. All right. All right. We had a couple questions I just saw. Buy ads on Facebook.
So what is better, Facebook ad or a boost? And I will tell you, if you're going to spend money, always do an ad. Boost only usually shows to the people who follow you. It's not going to put it out to any new people who may be looking in that. And you can't dig in as granular as you want to. I do not love boosts. I will always, if I'm spending money, use the ads. So Sherry's been having some trouble with getting leads from some of the ads, and I'll tell you, sometimes it all depends on what you write. It really can be, marketing can be throwing spaghetti at the wall if it's something you're just dipping your toes into. What sticks, right? And sometimes you hit that sweet spot. Sometimes it's how much you're spending and how wide you're going. Sometimes it's just not the right time. I have times where I have posts and ads that my cost per click is 30 cents. Other days I get nothing. We're real estate agents. I mean, how many of you went to school to be professional communicators and marketers and have MBAs? Because I know I don't. Right? Except for Steve, right? Yeah. So it's one of those things is just keep putting things out there and trying. $25 minimum ad spend. Anything less, you're just not going to get out there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Add to that. Less is more. Less is more when you're making ads. I mean, that's just something that we picked up. I picked up through doing ads. So you want to create scarcity. You don't want to give them everything because obviously, why are they going to click on it if they click? So that's just a tip for advertisers. You do not want to give them all the information, or else they're not going to click on that learn more button because you just taught them everything. So that's what I would say when you're doing that. But again, sometimes you just may not get any bites. It's like fishing.
Sometimes it is. And then coming up in July, guys, I have somebody coming on who is a professional marketer, and he's going to give us the anatomy of a great Facebook post. And kind of how to communicate and talk about our brand. So let me ask you guys this. Do you think a lot of people are going to click on something if you have a dusty, crusty Facebook and you haven't posted anything since the last time you sold a house?
Yep.
So we can get into the specifics and the mechanics of all this, but Nikki asked a great question that I want to talk about right before we jump off this, is how to maximize my Facebook business page. And guys, the answer is simple. Use it. And don't barf constant real estate.
Yes.
People do business with people they like. And not everybody's going to click on everything. But show them how wonderful Chuck is. Show them part of your personality. Click with your community. And when you build your community, you build followers and referrals for life. I might not like Juan, so I'm not going to go to his page anymore. But if people can connect with you, they're going to like posts, they're going to engage, and then the engagement is the gold. When you bring that stuff back to command and you remember things about people by using tags, I'm going to post a taco truck. I love taco trucks. The taco truck comes here like the ice cream truck in my town. If I post about that and Mike Mahoney keeps saying to me, I wish the taco truck would come to my neighborhood, and I see that it's going, well, guess what? I'm going to sort my database by taco truck, and I'm going to call all the taco truck people, and I'm going to drop some value on them with the taco truck instead of barfing just real estate. And now I've made friends with my taco truck. I'll bring it to you, Mike. I swear I will. There's so many things we could go over about how to do all these different things. The first thing starts with making sure you're set up, you're safe, and you're secure on your Facebook. And that if anything were to go wrong, you do have a backup plan or a backup person that is here to rescue you.
Got it.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Now you guys are all Facebook safe. I hope you guys have a great and profitable rest of your week. If you guys have any questions, always you can always go back and go to our tech series on YouTube and watch this video back. Yeah, that's about it.
Let me just see if there's any. If you have to hop on, I can stay on and ask.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Let's see. Going back. Do we have to create a lead form from the Facebook pages? So, Nikki, are you talking about from within Command?
Within Facebook, because I think in Command there is already lead form, but when I try to learn more about the business page, there is also like a lead form that you could create within Facebook.
So I would always just use the built-in one in Command that is the Facebook lead form, and here's why. It's automatically asking them for permission to share the info by asking for more information on that ad. So you're getting permission. So now you can contact them. And you're getting the most up-to-date information that they've put in forms. So always use that Facebook form unless you have a stellar landing page with a value bomb that they're going to get after they provide you information. Right. So if you're using things like Jotform, Typeform, Google Forms, and when they submit info, it gives them the download, then you could do that. That's the landing page for it. But I always use, I have better return on my ads when I use the Facebook built-in lead form.
Also, that is auto-populated. So it's going to be nice and quick and easy. It's going to automatically put their information into that lead form that opens up right inside of Facebook. So what easier, it's just easy for them to just click, send my info instead of them typing it out.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
That's another bonus to using Facebook lead form.
All right. Is there a way to have a picture and a link when creating a Facebook post in Command to allow Facebook friends to click on the picture and it would take them to the web page you want them to? So yes. So when you're in Command doing social posts, there is a place where you can put a link and then it actually asks you to validate the link. So let me hop into Command and then I'll jump into that for you. Command. Again, we're not talking about the amount of tabs I have open.
Oh my God, Brooke.
We're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. All right. So when I'm in a social post, I'm going to go create the campaign, social post, validates my logo. Check it out right here. Upload a photo, add a link. When you plop that link in, it's going to have validate link. And then because this is behind a password, you're not going to be able to send it. But if I were to go https www.brookethenerd.com and I validate it, it will go, right? And then you can see me, and then that is a clickable Facebook post. Is that what you mean, Keith?
Juan, I think we know the reason for the internet slowdown in Massachusetts yesterday.
Yep. We won't say anything else. I got you.
Keith, is
Hi,
that?
Brooke. This is Keith. Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Hey.
What I want to have a different picture than what is appearing on the screen. So you know what I mean? So when I go and I add the upload a photo and also add a link, but I want the photo to be different from what the link is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't seem to work when that happens. It'll post, Command will post the picture, but the link doesn't work.
Okay,
You know
so
what I'm saying?
I always add the link first.
Okay.
And then my photo will work. So if you were to go to my Facebook right now and click
Yeah.
this, it would take you to the link that I asked it to. You
So that's
have
the
to
trick.
hit validate. Yeah, you have to hit validate. If you
Yeah.
don't hit validate, it doesn't connect it to the image or to the post.
Right. But you always do the link first.
I
Maybe
do.
That's,
Yeah.
that's what I was doing wrong. I don't know.
Yep, and I do that. And then when you click here in the post itself, it will go right to it.
Yeah. Great. Thanks a lot.
It's validating too. It's super important to hit validate.
Thank you.
Automated responses, Nikki, that is something where it depends on the ad. That's a big, so are you supporting a team or a specific agent?
Just a specific agent.
Awesome. So the bigger conversation is, what do you want to happen if a lead comes in and we're not here to answer it on Facebook Messenger? So if you are leading a Facebook ad to Messenger, what do you want it to say? And then I'll snag the link for automated messages and put that in there. But that's a bigger conversation than just doing, hi, like it's, hey, you're coming in on that property. How can I help you? Or if you have super generic things, it kind of looks crappy sometimes and cold. Whereas you want speed to lead, you want them to think it's a real person behind that message talking to them. Automated responses. So I'll put that link up there for you, and you can peek around at that and see if that helps, and then talk to your agent to see what they want to happen when you are running ads. The most common reason Facebook ads are rejected is that they go against fair housing standards. They say things like walking distance, or they have too much font on an image. Less is more. Let the body of the post do the talking. Designs, if you go in the designs library, do you notice that they are not insanely overpopulated with words, right? Pictures for a reason, ad copy for another reason. So that's usually why. And you haven't updated your terms of service or have two-factor authentication turned on.
Hey, Nikki, if I can, what I would say is use this, if we can go back to that question, I would use that as an opportunity to go to the agent and say, hey, make sure that your Kelly's working. Make sure you're getting notifications from Kelly. So instead of it being an automated message, I know everybody wants the automated message, but we don't want to get rid of the personal, right? We want to make sure that it doesn't sound like a robot. So just ask the agent, say, hey, check your Kelly app, make sure that the notifications are set on the phone as well as on the app. And then, they'll be able to, message them quickly or more quicker than waiting to get into command. So that's there for you.
You can't say stone's throw either, because what if I can throw much further than Juan?
Exactly.
Because I got these guns, right?
That's Juan's problem.
He sits behind a computer all day, doesn't get outside. His muscles are atrophying.
They're gone. I don't want to flex. No, I'm just kidding.
This is the tech muscle.
Yeah, this muscle.
I just posted a support article about text and ad images that may help you. It's usually a 20% rule. It can't have more than 20% of the words or text on top of the ad itself. So check that out. But sometimes fair housing will, or if you don't have special category checked off, if you're doing it outside of command, you have to make sure you have all those special categories checked for real estate. And it could be because you are, say, come join us for mimosas at this open house on Sunday. Alcohol, won't allow it. Yep, that's one of the silly things as well. But yeah, those three things usually. What else we got? We got 5 more minutes. We can discuss things about Facebook. I thought it was past 2 o'clock.
Sorry, where do I find the recording?
So the recordings will be up in a few days on our YouTube channel, and we also post them in
KWNE Tech. I think we have a group, right?
Yeah. Yep. There's a whole bunch of different Facebook groups. And don't forget, how many of you don't know about the growth call on Mondays? Oh my God, girl, I'm about to pop a link in here that is going to make you so happy for the growth call. So let me tell you about the growth call. It is my favorite party every week, and we give things away. We give so much stuff away. Somebody won a Bold seat last week. It's $389 for Bold Local. That's a lot of beans, right? So what the growth call is we are helping you guys with more free things to put out on your social media, scripts, what to text, what to write, things you can post like this or that Thursdays, stuff about the industry that is important for our clients to know. Last week was what? There was a this or that with a sunrise or sunset. And then there was another graphic that showed all the things an agent does. This huge. So I'm going to post that up right now. Join the group. You also get this in your email from the region every week. So here's the group. And then let me snag the growth call link. How's this? And you should see an email that comes out with this. I know we get so many emails. HTTP. Where is it? Juan, while I'm grabbing that, can you grab the YouTube link? Or Steve or one of
I'm
CTT?
looking for, if my internet worked, but somebody has a lot of tabs open. So my internet down. We won't talk about that.
Let me grab it.
I kid. All right.
There it is. Okay. It is bit.ly KWNE. That should be it. And then, oh, thanks, Nina. The growth call is amazing. And then when you log your activities, you can win other prizes. So they always give a prize away during the call. And then after, I think one of the regionals also gave out a trip one week, like a weekend getaway. So these are some fun things. They have top agents on there talking about some of the things they're doing to get listings. Don't miss this one, guys. Okay. Wow. I'm Brooke Silva, your regional tech trainer. Today we had Juan Cruzado with us from Pioneer Valley.
I hope you guys have
a great
time. Make sure your Facebook is in compliance, terms of service, all of that good stuff. And you guys have a great day.
All right, guys, we'll see ya.
Thank you.
I'll see you
Take
on
care.
Ignite tomorrow if you're on Ignite.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.